Hey everyone, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for week 3 of Project Life. Stick around. Hi friends, Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me. This is week 3 in my Project Life album, using a 9x12 album and page protectors from scrapbook.com and Ellie Edwards Stories by the Month kit, as well as some other items from my stash, including Studio Calico embellishments. So let's get started. Before I start narrating the process, I just want to say I did use, like I said, the Stories by the Month kit, and then the labels and some of the other little embellishments are from Studio Calico. I'm using baker's twine from my stash. It's just a yellow string. I decided to use yellow because it's bright and cheerful. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of, like, this was kind of unplanned. The tag here, I end up using this sort of tag theme, I guess, throughout the week. So I'm glad that I decided to add strings. Sometimes I put the tags down and I don't add any string at all and I just leave them as is, which is fine too. But I decided to pull out these circle label stickers from Studio Calico because they're rainbow, and that is what I am using to inspire and be sort of my jumping off point for telling my stories this week, both in terms of color and how I choose to embellish things. So I'm referencing my Hobonichi daily pages. This is my Hobonichi cousin you just saw me pull out to help jog my memory and write down the little stories that happen throughout the week. Now, sometimes I don't always tell stories that get photos and vice versa. Sometimes there are stories that have photos and no journaling. It just depends on the week. But I love having this weekly project to come back to be able to house all of it. So these alphas actually are from Paper Person Shop, but I only needed, this is literally the only card I use them on, is just to put week 3. And then I stamped the date. You saw I kind of screwed up the day. It's the 13th through the 19th of January, not the 12th. And then these puffy stickers are all what I have left from Paper Person Shop. I absolutely love these stickers and wish I had so many more. I always keep asking folks, if you have your favorite puffy stickers, let me know in the comments because I am constantly using them. I use them almost every week, and obviously these are not going to last me much longer. So I love little stars, little hearts, any kind of little like sticker sprinkle like that, especially bright colors, but every color. I want every color of the rainbow of those. So let me know. I also have chipboard selected from my stash, as well as the chipboards that were included in this month's kit. And since they were all circular, I decided to limit myself, which helped with decision fatigue, to pick out circle chipboard pieces. That way I wasn't going through every single chipboard piece that I have. And I don't have a ton because I've only been subscribed to Ellie Edwards for a couple of years. These vellum smiley faces are also from an Ellie Edwards kit, but I don't remember which one, so I apologize. But what I'm doing is just creating some clusters on the photos and framing it out, making sure I don't cover up pieces of the photo that I want shown. And so I trimmed off the top of that January stuff chipboard and then journaled on top of this half sticker that just says work equals fun with my boo, and that's one of my coworkers. We team up and have so much fun together. We work, he's the permanent teacher assistant in the K first and second grade special ed classroom, and he's just a dream, and I love him so much. So he is my work boo, my work hubby. And then and also he's gay, so of course, he can be my work hubby, and we have the absolute best time, like just cracking jokes, singing with the kids. Like, most of our kids are nonverbal, so we just like make the best out of what could be a really stressful, crazy day. So when we're together, it's just the best. So that is another reason I chose to go with rainbow theme for this week. One, because I love rainbows and pride, but because pride and because my work boo. And then there's going to be another picture of my coworker who is also very pride friendly, which you would think is a thing all the time, but it's not, sadly. So I think using rainbows this week is super appropriate. So I wrote Peekaboo with my Grabby paint pen, which I'm currently obsessed with. I've been using it a lot in December daily if you've been following me with those videos, and just wrote it right on the cardboard box that Smokey was sitting in. It was on its side. The cardboard box, I don't know if you can tell, is on its side, and I turned around and he was peeking out through it, and I was like, oh, that's so cute, because usually he just sits inside a box, like on the floor, but this cat is literally crazy, and he'll climb up into anything. Like, I just emptied out my December daily cart yesterday, and it was waiting at the top of the stairs to go down in the basement, and he was sitting in the bottom shelf just like chilling. So if he fits, he sits, which is what I wrote in the journaling. And then this tag that says "This is us" is going to be a space for me to use these little circular dot puffy stickers to do some journaling about the week, and it just is an open space for me to get all of that documented. It was really fun, by the way. I used my like Muji gel pen on the label stickers because they're tiny, and the Muji gel pen is a very fine point. But for the larger journaling spaces, I used my Eco Twisby, which is supposed to be in an extra fine. You can kind of see it peeking out of the right side of the screen there, but it definitely writes like a medium. In fact, I have the Eco Twisby fine, and I think that one, maybe it's the ink. I have two different inks in them, but the fine Eco Twisby writes more fine than this extra fine one. Hopefully that all made sense. Now I'm documenting on this screenshotted card that I hit 7,000 followers on Instagram, which is extremely exciting for me because I have worked my tail off over the years to cultivate and create content that I think is relevant but also brings me joy. And I've worked really hard to make it a space where all people feel welcome and included, and just trying to keep it real. So for me to hit this number made me feel so good. And so of course I had to document that. Then I'm trying to find which chipboard piece I want to put on this picture, and this is my work wifey. We are very like-minded, and she is amazing, and she works in probably the most difficult classroom in the school, and I don't know how she shows up every day. It's honestly a miracle, but because let's be honest, these jobs are not sustainable, and that's why there's such a high turnover rate of TAs, and she is a TA in the what we call 812 classroom. So it is a very can become very violent very quickly, and things escalated actually not this day, but because I think this was from Monday, but Thursday when I was in there, we had to evacuate the room, and usually that happens, but this time it was just like next level scary. Anyhow, you probably just noticed I show like each side when I finish it. I show it in the close-ups just like at the real time so you guys can get a better look at what I've created. Moving on to the right side, this is a photo I created, a collage in Diptyque of 3 snapshots from Friday afternoon. I took Nora to get boba, and we went and got some more PocketBacs and soap at the mall, and then I took her to Urban Air. I'm dipping into my stash of die cuts because I wanted to, at this point is when I'm like, I'm going to continue with the tag theme. So let me see what tags I have. And then I realized I had this extra package full of ephemera that pertains specifically to a month, like it has the month on the ephemera. So I have all those in one baggie, and I pulled out all the January ones because I totally forgot that I had those. So this tag is from, I think, last year, maybe January or February. I don't remember exactly what month, but I decided to make it into the same shape as the tag that I used on my photo of hitting 7,000 followers. And this way I can journal as well a little bit more on this one, and then add a little bit of baker's twine. So yeah, Friday was fun. We call it Fun Friday, and Nora and I both have memberships to Urban Air, which is like our local indoor like trampoline and climbing park for kids, and they're all over the place, so you might have one near you, but we haven't really been. So we basically just been throwing away money every month. No big deal. For some reason, my tiny attacher is not working very well. I have to take a better look at it, but you probably could see that I was like messing around with it a couple of times here on camera. So I'm just going to journal on this card about Friday, things I already mentioned. Also this week, Matt got a new car. I can't believe I didn't get a picture of him with it, but we ended up being at the car dealership right after school. We met him there, and we were there, or he dropped us off to school in the morning and picked us up, and we all went to the car dealership because he was going to obviously need to drive his new car home. But we were there for way longer than we wanted to be, so I just never even thought to get a photo, but I did journal about it. So Don't worry, it's in here. There's just no photo. So this picture is from Saturday. Nora's friend Kenzie came over for an impromptu play date, and there they are with some air dry clay, making some cute little creatures. Nora came in actually while I was filming a December daily video and brought me a little bunny that she made. It's so cute. So I have that and all the little things she keeps making all over my craft room in random spots. And then I decided to, instead of like create another journaling card, because I want to use the card on the left with the rainbow stripe for that, just to add a few decorative embellishments to the picture. So I have the chipboard and then that tag that says loving this story from January, which is from last year's kit. And then I've been stapling those vellum smiley faces and just wrote fun. Added a couple of puffy stars and then did some journaling on that 3x4 card there. So I basically journaled about how Nora had an impromptu play date, Matt got a new car, which also means now we have a car payment, which is like, we haven't had a car payment since before we got married. So it's kind of scary. But maybe we did have one when we were first married. But anyways, I'm going to do the same thing I did on the left side, which is just using those little puffy dots to create bullet points for my journaling. And then I journaled about Sunday, which her friend Fiona came over because they had Monday off for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And so we had pre-planned for her to come stay over. So she got dropped off in the afternoon on Sunday after we had church, and she stayed overnight. And more of that story will be featured in next week's Project Life video. For this week, since she came over Sunday evening, I got one picture of them outside because we were supposed to get a lot of snow, and we really didn't. We only ended up getting like 3.5, 4 inches. And which for us is not like a ton. So they went outside and played in the snow for a while and came in and had some hot cocoa after. That sums up this week. Friends, please like the video if you did, subscribe if you're not, and hit the bell so you don't miss my content. And I will see you next time. Take care, friends. Remember that you are enough. Have a great week. Bye.